Strengthen the means of implementation and revitalize the Global Partnership for Sustainable Development is the mission statement of the 17th Goal of Sustainable Development, and that is Partnerships for the Goals. It refers to the need for cross-sector and cross-country collaboration in pursuit of all the goals by the year 2030. With great pride and privilege, I, Michelle Joseph, along with my co-host, Ms. Shabori Singh, welcome each one of you this evening on behalf of Sanjeevani World School and Harvest Educational Transformation Solutions, HETS. When collaboration is at its peak, two institutions, our organizers have created a pathway to the future we all want for all. Our young learners not only have voices, but have wings to fly. And we at Sanjeevani and HETS have ensured we prepare the platform for them to speak and to fly. In totality, we have 35 schools, out of which 5 are international and the rest are pan-India. The entire team of HETS and SWS have got together in collaboration for such a noble cause. We believe we are the harbingers of change. Hence, we created a platform for them. Now, I would take this opportunity to introduce my co-host to you, Ms. Shabori Singh. She's an English teacher at Bharatram Global School. She's an enthusiastic and passionate educator with more than 7 years of teaching experience. She has received the Appreciation Award 2019 for her soft-spoken nature, Best Innovative Teacher Award 2019, Best Creative Teacher Award 2020, Best Facilitator Award. Such appreciation fills her with pride and keeps her motivated. Once again, I extend a warm welcome to all our eminent guests, dignitaries, principals, coordinators, and our lovely dear participants. I am certain this evening would be one that we would all cherish, an enlightening and insightful evening. We wish all the participants all the very best for their presentations. Thank you.
Good evening to each and everyone gathered here virtually. I, along with my co-host, Ms. Michelle Joseph, feel extremely overwhelmed to get this opportunity to address you all on Sustainable Development Goal 17 on Partnership for the Goals. It is indeed a special occasion and an important moment for those who will embark upon a totally new journey now. I am certain that you are wondering and probably anxious about what the future holds in store. The challenges are for everybody. How you deal it with them is what makes you stand out. We are very pleased to be able to welcome all who with us right now from day one and are here today as well. Now I would like to introduce my co-host, Ms. Michelle Joseph. Michelle Joseph is the coordinator for the middle and secondary section as well as the English HOD at Sanjeevani World School. She is a dynamic educator. The implications of her passion are multifold. Exploring various dimensions, she divulged into being a writer, blogger, anchor, host, trainer, and founder of her chat show, Ray of Hope, where hope is not lost, but built, bringing out her real persona. She has been the moderator for various events. To name a few of her awards and accomplishments: Global Teacher Award, World Education Summit, National Builder Award, Rotary Club Pan India, Global Teacher Award, CED Global Award, Acharya Chanakya Shikshavad Samman, and the list goes on. Her vision statement is to teach is to touch a life forever.
Thank you so much, dear Shaburi Singh, for that warm introduction. I now give it over to Nidhi Gupta Miss to take it forward from here.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. As we all know that every auspicious moment begins with evoking the blessings of the Almighty. So going by the Indian tradition, we would like to begin by paying tribute to the goddess of knowledge, goddess Saraswati. Let's join the spiritual movement with our heart and soul and enjoy the Saraswati Vandana.
Nidhi ma'am, are you playing it? We're not able to hear it. Are you playing it?
It's not audible, ma'am. Wait, I will check.
शुभं करोति कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योते नमोऽस्तु ते ॐ दीपज्योति परब्रह्मा दीपज्योति जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे पापं सन्ध्यादीप नमोऽस्तु ते ॐ
So much, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Over to you.
Yes, ma'am. HETS, an evolving institution and a social enterprise that provides essential knowledge assessments, counseling programs, work skills, and other customized solutions in the field of education. Now, I would like to introduce the multi-talented, extraordinary, energetic, and magnanimous personality with all present here, Dr. Aruna Vadkar. She has an experience of 3 decades in the field of education and corporate sector, an educational consultant, an educator, a mentor, and a speaker. Dr. Aruna Vadkar's career reflects richness and strength of variety and diversity. Her hands-on experience in various designations of repute in ICSC, CBSE, and state board schools includes Director and Principal, Dolphin International School, Kashmir, Pulwama, Academic Head and Lead of Schools, Pearson, Regional Director of School, Z-Learn Limited South Zone. Carrying with her huge experience, now an entrepreneur, she is currently the founder and managing director at Harvest Educational Transformation Solutions, an organization registered with MSME, Government of India. She is having a long list of achievements and awards. A few of them are Sanjeevani Seed of Knowledge Award 2020, Indian Humanitarian Award 2020, India Star Republic Award 2019, National Builder Award 2020, Honor to Excellence by Akal Academy, Shri Krishna Samman 2020, National Education Excellence Award 2019. She is also president of WICCI, Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Karnataka Training and Development Council, Karnataka, India.
Going ahead, I would now like to introduce the other organizer, that is Sanjeevani World School. Let me give you a gist about our school. Sanjeevani World School is a futuristic school where everyone is encouraged and inspired to learn the skills required to succeed in a globalized arena. Backed with a team of passionate, hardworking, and dedicated individuals, the school is ready to prepare each learner for the future challenges which will enable them to reach their goals far beyond the horizon. We aspire to empower the learners for the rapidly changing world by enabling them with thinking skills, global preparedness, and respect for core values of patriotism, integrity, honesty, loyalty, and benevolence. We at Sanjeevani World School have a legacy to leave behind, a legacy in the form of successful students who are an asset to the world, a holistic being. We willingly embrace all responsibilities to prepare our learners not just for assessments, but also for the ever changing complex world, the uncertain future. Dr. Seema Negi is the director principal, the pillar, the backbone, and the captain of the ship of Sanjeevani World School. Sanjeevani, along with HETS, have organized this SDG event. Now, let me give you the introduction of Sanjeevani of Sustainable Development Goals. The Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, were born at the United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development in Rio de Janeiro in 2012. The objective was to produce a set of universal goals that meet the urgent environmental, political, and economic challenges faced by the world. Sustainable development practices help countries grow in ways that adapt to the challenges posed by climate change, which will in turn help to protect important natural resources for us and future generations. In 2015, global delegations of experts developed, debated, and introduced the 17 Sustainable Goals SDGs to be adopted by the United Nations in its 193 member countries. The 17 goals emerged from rigorous research into global conditions and trends. They are at the forefront of international development conversations, initiatives, and require innovative research collaborations to create new possibilities and a better future for a more sustainable world. In addition to learning core academic subjects, just give me a minute. Children need to grow in other areas that are equally important in development of all-round individual. We do not teach only to attempt, but also to provide knowledge, centered conductive environment, and ambience in which they learn. And now, I would like to call upon a student of Allen House Public School, Ghaziabad. Her name is Saira Das, who will give us the introduction of Goal 17, that is Partnerships for the Goals. I request you, dear Saira, to kindly unmute and take it forward.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. I, Sarah Das, would be introducing the Sustainable Development Goal number 17, which is Partnership for the Goal. The official wording is strengthen the means of implementation and revitalize the whole global partnership for sustainable development. The goal has 17 targets to achieve by 2030, broken down into 5 categories, which are finance, technology, capacity building, trade, and systematic issues. SDG 17 refers to the need for cross-sectors and cross-country collaboration in pursuit of all these goals by the year 2030. It is a goal for countries to align policies. SDG 17 is a version for improved and more equitable trade as well as coordinated investment initiatives to promote sustainable development across borders. It seeks to promote international trade and help developing countries increase their exports to ensure universal rules based on equitable trading system. This is fair, open and beneficial to all. Thank you.
Thank you, Saira. Now it's time to introduce our chief guest for the day, Engineer Kunal Jeet Singh. He is a technical and management educationist, having 17 years of experience in teaching and academic administration in prestigious institutions of Government of Haryana, India. He has been joined as lecturer in instrumentation and control engineering department and now working as training and placement officer at Government Polytechnic Bhiwani, Haryana. Presently, he is president of Polytechnic Teachers Welfare Association, Haryana. He has privilege and unique distinction to motivate students at lower level, both financial and academically, so that they can stand on their own in the society by either joining public or private organizations or to become entrepreneurs. Till now, he has helped hundreds of students to be placed in reputed organizations and also help students for training in different industries. He is accustomed to work in a challenging and fast-paced environment, particularly when dealing with multiple projects and priorities at the same time. He has time to time upgraded his skills by training and workshops in AICTE Delhi and NITTTR Chandigarh for the well-being of students who are the backbone of our country. Engineer Kunal Jeet Singh, BE, MBA, pursuing PhD, Training and Placement Officer, Government Polytechnic Bhiwani, Haryana, India. Now, may I request the chief guest of the day to please come forward and enlighten us with his words of wisdom.
Thank you, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks and good evening to all present on the screen and social platform. Firstly, I would like to thank Dr. Seema Negi and Dr. Aruna Wadkar for considering me for this evening. It is a privilege for me to among the students who are the youth icons of our society. Because when you interact or learn from the students, because students are without bias and they always speaks what is there true in their mind. So it's a privilege for me to join you all in this evening. As sustainable development is one of the topics that everyone is talking about nowadays. And it's a privilege for me that I am pursuing PhD in green practices followed by higher education institutes for sustainable development. So personally, I think that today evening, I will get many things for my topic also. As whole world realizes that the ancient theory of our beloved country, India, Vasudev Kutum, that is, hello? That is, whole world is one family. Due to this thought comes that sustainable development. Resources present on Mother Earth are for all. That is for present generation as well as for future generation. So as I think that when we take the Vasudev Kutum, a whole world is one family, then only its concept of sustainable development comes. And it's all due to that we are attaining these goals one by one. As take the example of a family, because today we are discussing for the 17th goal, that is partnership for goal. So when we are in a family, कि जब हम एक फैमिली में होते हैं तो हम अपनी फैमिली के साथ साथ जो हमारा फ्यूचर है, जो आने वाली जनरेशन है, हम उनके बारे में भी सोच के चलते हैं कि आज जो हम कमा रहे हैं, जो भी हमने अपनी स्किल्स डेवलप करी हैं, जो हमारे पास एक्सपर्टाइज है, वो कैसे हम अपनी प्रेजेंट जनरेशन को भी दें और आगे चल के फ्यूचर जनरेशन के लिए भी उनको संभाल के रखें। तो हम अपनी फैमिली में, जैसे एक बिजनेस क्लास फैमिली होती है, तो कोई एक बिजनेस करती है, आप सोचिए जैसे हलवाई का एक बिजनेस, तो उनकी एक अपनी एक्सपर्टाइज होती है, अपनी एक टेक्नोलॉजी होती है, अपना एक नॉलेज होती है, अपने फाइनेंसेस होते हैं। तो वो अपनी प्रेजेंट जनरेशन के साथ साथ ये भी देख के चलते हैं जो उनकी फ्यूचर, आने वाला फ्यूचर है, उनको भी हम कैसे पास ऑन करें, केवल हम ही उसको यूज ना कर सके। तो एक सिंपल शब्दों में मेरा ये मानना है कि अगर हम एक फैमिली को लेके चलेंगे तो हम जो इस सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट के गोल्स हैं, जो यूएन ने आज के टाइम में हमारे सामने रखे हैं, वो हमारे इंडियन जो कल्चर है, जनरेशंस है, वो बरसों से इसी चीज को निभाती आई है। बस बेसिकली है कि आज के टाइम में ग्लोबलाइजेशन हो गया, तो उसको एक अलग प्रीव्यू से देखा जा रहा है। तो इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ मैं आज के जितने भी स्टूडेंट्स हैं उनको ऑल द बेस्ट कहना चाहूंगा कि वो आए और जो भी बेस्ट है वो हमें बताएं, जिससे कि हम बहुत कुछ सीख सके। थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
Thank you so much, sir. Now, moving on, let's introduce the schools for today. Today, we have collaborated with 3 schools. Army Public School, Ambala, Kent. The principal is Dr. Paramjeet Singh and the coordinator is Miss Aparna Mathur. Billabong High School, International School, Baroda. The principal is Dr. Preeti Shrimal and the coordinator is Dr. Pooja Dikshit Joshi. Over to you, Michelle.
And the third school is Sanjeevani World School. The principal is Dr. Seema Negi. Coordinator is Michelle Joseph. The students are the 3 students whom our teacher, Shraddha teacher, would introduce. I would like to take this opportunity to introduce the principal, Dr. Seema Negi. She's the director principal of Sanjeevani World School, Daisar, Mumbai, who comes from the lineage of the Indian Air Force. She's a passionate educator. Her expertise lies in both Indian and international boards. She's associated with many educational and social organizations and contributes her time and efforts for the betterment of educational system and society. She is bestowed upon with many prestigious awards. Best Academic Leader, Bharat Vidya Shiromani, Jewel of India, Shiksha Bharti, Nari Shakti, Nation Builder Award from Rotary, and the list is endless. She was honored in Singapore, Sri Lanka, London, Nepal, Dubai, and Thailand. She has won the prestigious title of Education Icon, Education Queen 2018, Miss Role Model 2018, in an exclusive pageant only for educationists. She is an international speaker. She attends various conferences, events, and summits as a speaker, moderator, panelist at national and international platforms. She has spoken on more than 250 platforms during the pandemic. Her work is recognized by the World Book of Records UK on professional and personal fronts. Her signature program, Principal Ki Pathshala, is much appreciated and applauded by the educators fraternity. She stands by the maxim, I am because we are, and she's determined to bring the change by human empowerment. She lives by the principles of empathy and gratitude. Now, this is the moment that we've all been waiting for patiently. Please join me in welcoming our young talents today as the event is about to begin, and they're all set to showcase their caliber. Without much ado, let's proceed for the much awaited program.
Now I would request Teacher Coordinator Miss Aparna Mathur from Army Public School Ambala Kent to begin with their presentation.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome you all to this seminar on 17th Sustainable Development Goal. Yes, the issue is a burning issue about the sustainability, and we could not have had better speakers than the children themselves, because they are the ones who are leading us to development, and they are the ones who will be showing the path of sustainability. So thank you very much for this platform to our children to speak out their mind on this issue of SDG. We are representing Army Public School Ambala Kant, which is headed by Dr. Paramjeet Singh, Principal APS Ambala Kant. He is a dynamic educationist. And if I try to relate it to the topic today, we can say that he is sustainable development personified. Yes, he is a volunteer for sustainability. He's a volunteer for development, whether it is education or other holistic development of the children. He is heading one of the largest APS. We have a strength of about 6,000 students. Out of 137 APS that we have pan-India, our school happens to be the largest one. He has a long list of achievements to his credit, out of which the very recent ones would be the Best Principal Award from Honorable Minister of Education in March 21. And very recently in September, he received the C.V. Raman Education Award for Excellence in Leadership in Education. So with that dynamic approach to the institution, we have children also equally dynamic. I hope they are able to put across their thoughts to you. We'll start with our first speaker, that is Amandeep Kaur. Amandeep, you can share your screen and introduce yourself.
Ma'am, am I audible? Ma'am, am I audible?
Amandeep, you'll have to log out from one device.
Or otherwise, you can connect both your devices with a headphone or a earphone. Then you won't get that sound.
Right.
That's disturbing. Connect both devices with a headphone and a earphone. Both the devices should have earphones or headphones.
Ma'am, am I audible now?
Yes, dear.
Thank you, ma'am. This is Amandeep Kaur from Army Public School, Ambala Kant, studying in 8th standard. I am from Ambala. I'm keen in dancing, drawing, and adventuring different areas. When it comes in studies, I love handling maths and I also like to study science. I'm feeling immense proud in being a part of this great event. Today, I'm going to talk to you about how SDG started. UNCED, United Nations Conference on Environment and Development, meeting was first held in 1992 from 3rd to 14th June in Brazil in Rio de Janeiro. Was also called UNCED Summit or the Earth Summit. Agenda 21 was adopted in the summit level meeting. Now, what is Agenda 21? Agenda 21 is a non-binding action plan of United Nations with regard to sustainable development. And also, Agenda 21 is a comprehensive plan of action to be taken globally, nationally, and locally by the organizations of the United Nations system, government, and major group in every area. Human impact on environment. Agenda 21 also recognizes the interdependence of environmental, social health, and economic issues, emphasizing all the people have the right to food, healthcare, shelter, and education, suggests new ways in which different groups can be involved in the decision-making process. Agenda 21 aims at fighting against environmental damage, poverty, disease to global cooperation on common interests, mutual needs, and shared responsibilities. One major objective of Agenda 21 is that every local government should have its own local Agenda 21 to combat environmental degradation. Leaders from more than 178 nations participated in the Earth Summit. It succeeded in linking global goals to local locations. It resulted in the Convention on Biological Diversity, a multilateral treaty. This convention has three main goals: the conservation of biological diversity, first. The second is the sustainable use of its components, the last, but not the least. The fair and equitable sharing of benefits arising from genetic resources. It also led to the establishment of United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. UNFCCC establishes an environmental treaty to combat dangerous human interference with the climate system, in part by stabilizing the greenhouse gas concentrations in the atmosphere. Thank you.
The next speaker that we have is Shrey Anand from class 6. Shrey, you can share your screen and start with your part of presentation.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, is my screen visible?
Yes, it
Yes.
is, dear.
Yes.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I, Shrey Anand, student of Army Public School, Ambala Cant of class 6, is here to present a speech. But before that, I would like to share a few things that I like to do in my leisure time. One of my hobbies is to play guitar, and some other things that I like to do include swimming, painting, and cycling. Moreover, I am interested in accepting challenges, and my dream is to be an orator just like our Prime Minister, Mr. Modi. That's why I usually take part in the debates and speech competitions. Therefore, today as well, I would like to give my best speech, which is on the topic the 17th goal of the SDG, that is, Partnership for the Goals. The global goals can only be met if we work together. International investments and support is needed to ensure innovative technological development for trade and market access, especially for developing countries. To build a better world, we need to be supportive, empathetic, inventive, passionate, and above all, cooperative. To strengthen worldwide partnerships, We all have to take action. Everyone can help to make sure that we meet the global goals. Use these targets to create action for partnership for the goals. Mobilize resources to improve domestic revenue collection. Implement all development assistance commitments. Mobilize financial resources for developing countries. Assist developing countries in attaining debt sustainability. Invest in least developed countries. Knowledge sharing and cooperation for access to science, technology, and innovation. Promote a universal trading system under the WTO, means the World Trade Organization. Increase the export of developing countries. Remove the trade barriers for least developed countries. Respect national leadership to implement policies for the SDG. Encourage effective partnerships. Enhance availability of reliable data. As we get closer to the 2030 SDG agenda, it has become clear that achieving the United Nations SDG is far from possible without the education sector's significant involvement in the cause. Now, the question arises, how would your school or institution benefit from actively engaging in SDGs? Advocate for faculty members to help students set up clubs, networks, campaigns, and projects to promote the importance of being an active member of society. Preparing public mindful leaders, provide research knowledge, innovations, and solutions towards achieving the SDGs. Therefore, school plays an essential role in teaching the younger generation about the wide spectrum of social, economic, and environmental global challenges the world is currently facing. And our goal is knowledge sharing and the cooperation. So, at last, I would like to wind up my speech by saying that achieving the ambition targets of the 2030 Agenda requires a revitalized and enhanced global partnership that brings together government, civil society, the private sector, the United Nations system, and mobilizing all available resources. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Shrey. Our last participant is Ushani Priyadarshini from class 8. Ushani, you can share your screen and start with your presentation.
Yes, ma'am, just a minute. Ma'am, is it visible?
Yes, it is.
Just a minute, ma'am, I'll start. Okay, ma'am, may I start, ma'am?
Yes, you may go ahead.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. My name is Sanjeevani at the Class 8 Public School, Balkan. I'm very happy to be a part of this today, and I'm looking forward to a great exchange of ideas. My hobbies are reading, painting, and I'm a very avid tennis fan. Let's begin. There's no plan B because there cannot be no plan B. Former UN Secretary there are some problems. Ma'am, it's raining, so just a minute, ma'am.
No problem.
is it showing now?
I can see me on screen. You're presenting. Yeah, there you go. I can see your presentation.
Yes, ma'am. Available? Now shall I
Yes.
start?
Yes, go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ashani Priyadarshini, and I study in Class 8 in Army Public School, Ambala Camp. I'm very happy to be a part of this seminar today and looking forward to a great exchange of ideas. My hobbies are reading books, painting, and venturing out in the nature. So now let's begin. I quote, "There is no plan B because there cannot be no planet B." Former UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon. The Sustainable Development Goals is a list of 17 interlinked goals that are aimed towards achieving a sustainable future. It was envisaged in 2015 by the United Nations with time frame realizing the goals by 2030. It is an extension of the Millennium Development Goals. It is reduce poverty, achieving gender equality, combat climate change, and address other significant issues. The 17th Sustainable Development Partnership for the Goals states that positive between different stakeholders is necessary for a sustainable future. Ma'am, the presentation goes in between. I'm having problems. I'm
I
doing
think,
it
dear,
with
you
my
can
phone.
go ahead with without presenting, and you can just present your thoughts with us from your presentation.
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, I was at the aim is to reduce poverty, increase gender equality, combat climate change, and address other significant issues. The Sustainable Development Goal, Partnership for the Goals, states that a positive synergy between different stakeholders is necessary for a sustainable future. Issues like Sustainable Development Goal number 2, zero hunger, and Sustainable Development Goal number 3, good health and well-being, pervades border and a mutual collaboration is important. It states that aggregating financial resources is the first step. Often, developing countries lack enough resources to spend on welfare initiatives and programs. Thus, developmental assistance is important. The official development assistance is defined as ODA, the government aid that promotes economical development and welfare of developing countries. Often, developed countries like USA and UK provide financial aid to climate change initiatives and give aid to the countries that are in need. It aims towards the overarching target of the SDG to leave no one behind. In the year 2020, the ODA was at an all-time high of 161.2 billion US dollars. Now, the question arises, what can we as children do to achieve the 17th goal? Well, the UNICEF states that the children can accelerate the progress towards the SDG. They just need to follow the 3 A's: awareness, action, and accountability. Awareness. With the proper information and tools, children can do wonders. They can implement and monitor the actions towards the SDG. The UNICEF has made 3 flagship initiatives that increase awareness among children: World's Largest Lesson, Comic Uniting Nations, and the SDG Activate Talk series. The second is action. With the rising level of awareness, children all around the world are now taking actions towards the SDG. The UNICEF, by working with the children, can accelerate the progress towards SDG through facilitating consultations, providing technical knowledge, and more. The third A is accountability. After the rising level of awareness and actions taken by the children to promote SDG, the youth can also impress upon the governments to be more accountable with regards to their commitments towards the SDG. Now, before concluding my speech, I would like to tell the role of India in achieving the 17th goal. Well, India has been a part of the South-South Cooperation, Shanghai Cooperation Organization, BRICS, BIMSTEC, etc., which aim at developing regional blocs. India also played a crucial role in the vaccine supply. They supplied vaccines to many developing countries like Bangladesh, Myanmar, and more. India's vaccine outreach program, wherein India sent 88 million doses of COVID-19 jabs to nearly 70 countries. Isn't that an amazing initiative on our part? Thank you. I hope this inspired us all to be more responsible towards our SDG goals. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, everyone. Regrets on behalf of Ushani. The weather is really bad here. So she could not connect to her PPT. She had made a beautiful PPT for her, all her ideas. So sincere regrets for not being able to.
But she was wonderful. She was wonderful. You don't have to regret for anything.
Yes.
Thank you. So spontaneous, and we are so proud of her.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
So kudos to Army Public School. Thank you so much, Aparna ma'am, for presenting us with such sharp minds. Well done, Shrey, Amandeep, and Ushani, and that was commendable. I now would request the coordinator from Billabong High International School, Baroda, Dr. Pooja Dikshit Bansal ma'am, to go ahead with their presentation for the goal today.
Thank you, Michelle ma'am. Good evening, everyone. A very good evening, everyone. And I welcome you all as just a formality for welcoming. Already Michelle ma'am has done that. So I'm so grateful to Dr. Seema Negi ma'am, Principal Sanjeevani World School, Dr. Aruna Vadkar, Founder and Managing Director, Harvest Education Transformation Solution India, for organizing such a wonderful event, which has started long back. It's 1st of September and today is 23rd of September. And hats off to the entire team of Sanjeevani World School and HETS. So a big round of applause goes for them from all of us. Coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, and working together is success. So with this quote, I would like to introduce myself, Dr. Pooja Joshi, who is a PGT teacher in the Billabong High School International School, and I teach sociology. And today I'm grateful that my principal, Dr. Preeti Shilmal, has given me the opportunity to speak on behalf of the entire school. So a brief introduction about our school, a philosophy of our school. Billabong believes to ignite human greatness in growing children and pre-adults by fostering a love of learning, a talent for thinking, and respect for hard work. Billabong nurtures to unlock the inner genius so that each child brings her mission and talent to the world and lives the true power and potential. We see learning as a lifelong task, and our combined goal is to equip children with all the necessary skills to succeed in a changing world. The schooling process at Billabong includes both academic as well as non-academic learning. Each child is encouraged to develop a strong positive sense of self and develop creativity socially, emotionally, intellectually, and physically. Today, we are all fortunate to have such a beautiful team of mine, my talented student with me who has put in their hard work in coming out with this presentation in a sort of a video. It's a fusion of so many things. Hope you all will enjoy. Before starting with that, I would like to introduce my versatile, dynamic principal, Dr. Preeti Shirmal. Dr. Preeti Shirmal, a progressive educationist who believes that challenges are stepping stones and risk-taking are the triggers to success. Her objective is to chisel the unique genius and ignite the spark in every student and teachers to create leaders and not followers. And this is not just praising her. She is the true example of taking the initiative of promoting each and every teacher also as well as the children. She has done a doctorate in education, master's in English, and she is in education administration. She is an active speaker at various national seminars, meets, and conferences. She had 30 years of experience in the field of education. She has different transverse roles, profile as educator, administrator, counselor, designer. She has been confronted with award like Acharya Deva Bhava Award 2018, Education Icon Award 2019, Outstanding Leadership Principal of the Year, Avantika APJ Abdul Kalam Award 2019, Asian Education Award 2020, and the list is so on. So, am I audible? Yeah. So without
Yes, ma'am.
wasting much time, I would like my student Diti Kothari to come forward, introduce herself.
So, very good evening to everyone present here. I'm Diti Kothari from Billabong High International School. I study in 8th grade. My hobbies are to play harmonium, reading books, drawing, and dancing. I'm very grateful to be a part of this event and I thank for giving us this platform to share our ideas. I have my co-partner Kamya Jhori from grade 6. Over to you, Kamya.
So greetings to all the esteemed panelists. I'm Kamya Jhori, as Diti mentioned. Today, we are presenting a video which has a subtle meaning and compels us to contribute more to the 17th SDG goal.
One of my student is not able to connect, as I mentioned earlier, but she is a part of that video. So yeah, can you give us the right to share, ma'am? Michelle, ma'am, can we share the screen?
The rights are already given.
Okay,
You
ma'am.
can share the screen.
Yeah, Kamya, over to you.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Can you see my screen?
Yes, it's coming with us, coming.
Yeah. Wait a second, ma'am. Just a second. Yeah.
Kamya, the video has no audibility. We can't hear. There's no
Yes,
sound.
ma'am, I've shared the sound. It has just started.
Friends, did you all see the photograph of the Vulcan child that was clicked by Kevin Carter?
Yes, I have seen the photo. The photographer even got the Pulitzer Award.
Do you all know what happens after the photograph was clicked?
Yes, I know it.
Yes, even I know.
No, can you tell me what happened after that?
Yes, we'll tell you the whole story behind the world-renowned photo. Once upon a time, there lived a poor African mother with a child. They lived in a war-stricken country, and because of that, they didn't have food to eat and potable water to drink. Because of the scarcity of food, the mother dies because of some deficiency. The kid didn't have anything to eat and drink, so eventually he becomes malnourished.
Oh no, then what happened to the kid?
The story is not finished yet. The child was on the verge of death and suddenly a vulture came and sat on the ground. It knew the child will die soon, so kept on waiting for him to take his last breath so that it could feed on him. At that time only, a group of men were talking to each other and suddenly they saw the child. They shooed away the vulture and were terrified to see the condition of the child.
Mr. De Costa from Italy says, "Oh Jesus, the child is in deep pain." At the same time, Mr. Ibrahim from UAE says, "Ya Allah, who put this angel in the situation?" Mr. Sharma suggests, "Friends, instead of being disheartened, let's pick him up and provide him with fundamental human rights like food, clean water, education, sanitation."
Thank God, nothing happens to her. Amen.
They all agreed unanimously and picked the ill-fated child with all the warmth and pledged to take care of her till the last breath.
Because of the positive environment around her, she became a mature, target-oriented, and a responsible student. Not only she was good in studies, but in sports as well, and participated in everything. She is a live example that wonders can happen if a conducive environment is given to any kid.
She became a positive, healthy, and successful professional in due course of time. In spite of having all the luxuries of life,
She never forgot from where she came from and how a lot of people have helped her become what she is today. The time has come to take her goals forward. That is, to help the needy and the poor ones and provide them with food, water, education to the best of our.
See how a timely help of couple of gentlemen has changed the life of a young kid for good. Imagine the power of coming together and helping each other. If we all think in this direction, the world would be a better and a peaceful place to live.
It is well said by Lincoln. United we stand, divided we fall. It means that together a community or a group of people can face adversities and threats. On the other hand, alone they will just crumble under the threats.
Kamya, Diti, Kashfi, from with this story, you have explained the SDGs goal, the 17 SDGs goal.
Yes, but I am not aware of it.
I know what it is. I have a wonderful video on it. Wait, I'll show you.
Dance is the best way.
Over to you, Pooja ma'am.
Thank you, Kamya. Yes, over to Diti.
Why it matters. Successful sustainable development requires partnerships between governments, the private sector, and civil society. These inclusive partnerships build upon principles and values, a shared vision and shared goals that place animals, people, and the planet at the center are needed at the global, regional, national, and local level. Action is needed to mobilize, redirect, and unlock the transformative power of trillions of dollars of private resources to deliver on sustainable development objectives. Long-term investments, including foreign direct investment, are needed in critical sectors, especially in developing countries. These include sustainable energy, infrastructure and transport, as well as information and communication technologies. The public sector will need to set clear direction, review and monitoring frameworks, regulations, and incentive structures that enable such investments must be retooled to attract investments and reinforce sustainable development. National oversight mechanisms such as supreme audit institutions and oversight functions by legislatures should be strengthened. We must be included in national plans. All countries must work together to implement these goals. Governments must work together with concerned people, all ages, in order to make progress on the goals. Getting involved in community work and with aid organization is a great way to start.
We were born to unite with our fellow men and to join in community with the human race. The time has come to take action. Share your knowledge of the Sustainable Development Goals and examples of successful actions to achieve them with others. If you are a business, seek to partner with civil society organizations to find ways to help local communities achieve their goals. Look for partners that are interested in achieving sustainable development, reducing inequalities, and addressing climate change. But what are the things that we and our government needs to do to achieve the goals? We already know what the goals and targets are.
Over to Kamya, sorry. Over to Kamya for sharing the video again.
Dance is the best way to make our emotion alive. So here comes our students, Diti Kothari and Kamya Johari will present a dance, beautiful dance, which talks a lot about the SDGs that we are talking about, the 17 SDGs.
Over to Diti.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, Diti. Yeah, Diti.
Thank you for patiently listening to us and for giving us this platform to convey our message. Before this event, the idea of 17 SDGs were unknown to us. Now we all have understood that how important the SDGs are. Thanks to Sanjeevani World School and HETS, we have discovered the significance of these goals and how they help in the rapid development of bright and clever solutions to the issues our world faces every day. We are very grateful to be a part of this event, and we hope you enjoyed and understood the importance of coming together and helping each other.
Today, we ourselves are representing unity by putting our minds together and contributing our understandings of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals and explaining how important they are. This just proves how powerful unity is.
I'm sure that as the days pass, each one of us will apply these little lessons in our daily lives and make the world a better and a peaceful place to live.
Thank you so much, Diti, Kamya, for this presentation. With this, ma'am, we end up our presentation. Over to Michelle, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That was commendable. Both the schools have done a wonderful job. I give it over to Shibori ma'am now.
Yeah. I now invite the teacher, Ms. Shraddha from Sanjeevani World School to begin with their presentation.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So, as rightly said by Michelle, ma'am, the students were amazing. I also congratulate everyone, and I thank everyone for having me given this opportunity. Now, I would like to call the students of Sanjeevani World School, Miss Anagha Kumar, Master Shaurya Singh, and Master Shashank Singh to kindly take the presentation forward.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, and here I am. I'm the presentation. Come together, let's sing this song. Together, when we come, all the hazards are gone. Come together, let's sing this song. Together, when we come, all the hazards are gone. Together, we sing this harmonious medley to give back to the earth where we belong. Come together, let's come together. Come together, let's come together. Come, when we come together to raise our voice, it's now or never. Let's join our hands and sing this song. That teamwork will make us strong. Come together, let's come together. Come together, let's come together. Hi, Rahul.
Hi, Rahul.
Hi, Riya and Raj. How are you? I'm fine, thank you.
Do you know that there is a group project on plant sapling?
Yes, I am so excited.
But why a group project? I don't think teamwork was necessary for this project. We could do it all alone too.
No, Rahul, on something as huge as making the earth a better place or even a small task, partnership is really important.
Yes, I think I get your point, Priya. Let us make Rahul understand the importance of partnership.
Goal number 17, partnerships for the goals. What is a goal? A goal is an idea of the future or desired result that a person or a group of people envision, plan, and commit to achieve. People endeavor to reach goals within a finite time by setting deadlines. To successfully implement the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, we must swiftly move from commitments to action. To do that, we need strong, inclusive, and integrated partnerships at all levels.
What's the goal here? The goal here is to revitalize the global partnership for sustainable development. Partnership is the collaboration of two bodies in any field. It can be proved that partnership can be proved really useful to us. Partnership can help us a lot. Today, we are here with the aspiration and ambition to change the world. Partnerships can play a really vital role in innovative and creative ideas. Partnership increases the chance of success, not only the goal, but also changes the way we interact with people. We can only achieve our goals if we come and work together, having a sense of fraternity for each other's in each individual. The world has 198 countries, 7 continents, and a billion people. Let's try to make this world a big family. For the goal that we are here, partnership is the book. We really need to work with each other, facing all the thick and thins together. We need our diversity makes us unique and and not a barrier between us. Only if all of us contribute, then the world will be prosperous and we can achieve our goals with flying colors. Why should we achieve the 17 goals of SDG? Achieving the SDGs will create a world that is more sustainable, equitable, and prosperous. In order to get there, investors must adapt their strategies to deliver not only financial results but positive social and environmental outcomes as well.
Why does achieving these 17 goals matter to me? We are all in this together. The agenda with its 17 Sustainable Development Goals is universal and calls for action by all countries, both developed countries and developing countries, to ensure no one is left behind. This goal, Goal 17, is included to assure that countries and organizations cooperate instead of compete, developing multi-stakeholder partnerships to share knowledge, expertise, technology, and financial support is seen as critical to overall success of the SDGs. The goal encompasses improving North-South cooperation and public-private partnerships, which involve civil societies that are specifically mentioned. What can we do to help? Join or create a group in your local community that seeks to mobilize action on the implementation of the SDGs. Encourage your government to partner with businesses for the implementation of the SDGs. Register your initiative on the SDGs Partnerships platform to inform, educate, network, and be inspired.
What is the most important factor to achieve the goals of SDG? Spread awareness. With the right tools and information, children and young people can play a critical role in the implementation and monitoring of the SDGs, sparking action in their communities and holding the leaders to account. This is why we should raise awareness of children's rights, educating and engaging young people on why the goals matter to their everyday lives.
We must make sure we meet these goals by 2030. They must be included in national plans. All countries must work together to implement the goals, policies and laws based on 17 goals. Government must work together with concerned people of all ages in order to make progress on the goals. Getting involved in community work and with aid organization in a great way to start.
Encourage effective partnership. And let's not forget, it's not me, it is we.
I can't, but we can. Together as partners, we can move mountains.
Teamwork is key to success.
Thank you.
Like we promised, as I said in the beginning, this evening will be an evening to cherish. Watching these young talents present their perspective and to share their thoughts on the 17th goal of SDG today was commendable. With this, I now leave it open for the Q&A session.
So Michelle ma'am, before we proceed for Q&A, can we request our chief guest to please give his feedback about the entire session and motivate our children?
Thank you so much, ma'am. Sure, I'll do that. Kunaljit sir, we give it all over to you. We are all waiting to hear from you, to share your thoughts on today's presentations by the three schools, Sanjeevani World School, Army Public School, Ambala Kent, and Billabong High at Vadodara.
Thank you, ma'am. Really, it's a wonderful evening while listening the thoughts of all the young generation from pan-India, all parts of the country, one from Mumbai, Vadodara, and Haryana. Wonderfully presented by means of story, dance, poem, and song. It becomes easier to understand the concept of sustainable development in a true manner. All the participants of 3 schools done a wonderful job. I congratulate to all students and their teachers for such a great effort. Special thanks to Dr. Seema Negi ma'am and Dr. Aruna Wadkar ma'am for coming up such a brilliant idea. Thank you, ma'am, and I feel privileged to be here. Really, I gain a lot of things, and really it will help in me also. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. Michelle, ma'am, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And now we have the Q&A session open. I would like to call upon Aparna ma'am once again from RB Public School to take the Q&A session ahead.
Thank you, Michelle, ma'am. Amandeep, you can put up your question.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, my question is that how can a common person as a citizen help to accomplish the 17th SDG?
Who are you asking it from?
Ma'am, from Diti.
T from Billabong High, right?
Yes,
yes, ma'am.
Diti, are you there from Billabong High to answer the question?
Yes, yes.
Do you want us to repeat the question?
Yeah.
Amandeep, could you please repeat the question?
Yes, ma'am. My question is that how can a common person as a citizen help to accomplish the 17th SDG?
Anyone from the team can answer? Anyone from the Billabong team can answer?
You want the question to be repeated, Kamya and Diti? You want it to be repeated?
Diti, you want the question to be repeated, Diti? I think on some network issue, she's trying to fix it up. Diti?
Yes, I think she's...
You could ask any other student in that case to answer the question, or we could go ahead with the next question.
Ushani, you can put up your question if you have.
Yes, ma'am. I think we can go ahead, and then meanwhile, Diti may be in touch with us.
Ushani, you can ask your question. Shrey, you can put up your question to
Yes,
Billabong
ma'am.
School.
Your camera.
My question is, how can we strengthen the means of implementation and revitalize the global partnership for sustainable development?
Can any student of Billabong High School answer that? Or you want us to repeat the question?
Excuse me, ma'am. Michelle, ma'am, can you see the chat box? Just a minute.
Yes, just give me
Yeah.
a minute. Okay, what we can do is we can go ahead with Billabong High
May I
asking
ask
the
a
questions
question,
to
ma'am?
Ushani. Just give me a minute, please. We could ask Billabong High School students to ask their questions from Sanjeevani World School, and then later we can ask Army Public School to ask Billabong High the questions. We can do that. So, Dr. Pooja ma'am, you can ask your students to pose their questions to Sanjeevani World School. In the meanwhile, Sanjeevani World School, be ready for your answers.
Yes, Diti, you can ask your question.
Yes, ma'am.
Over to Diti.
Yes. So my question is, how can a common person as a citizen help to accomplish this goal, the 17 SDG goal?
Whom are you asking this question to?
I'm giving this question to Amandeep.
You're asking Ambi Public School.
Yes.
I think the questions are all.
I
Just
think
give me
there
a
is a
minute.
kind of.
Yes.
This is. I think there's a communication something.
Just give me a minute.
I think each one of you, my dear children, you can ask the question and name to whom are you asking, so that the immediately the other school gets ready, the students get ready. Michelle, what happened? Is it?
Hello, can you hear me now? Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so my
Just give me a minute, Shani. Dr. Pooja ma'am, please read the chat box.
Yes, ma'am. Got it.
So you can ask your students to go ahead with asking the questions, and Sanjeevani World School will answer.
Yeah, Michelle, till they get ready, can we take up other school if there are any? I mean, am I audible, Michelle?
Yes, 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 yes. They are
Yes,
just
ma'am. Yes,
reworking it,
ma'am.
just reworking on the sequence. Yes, they are just reworking on the sequence. Something got jumbled up. Just.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
So my question for Amandeep is, why do you think sustainable development was not thought before 1992?
Sustainable development was not thought before 1992 because of the before 1992 we were going quite balanced. After 19 or before 1992, some years before, rapid depletion of resources started, pressure of rising population, pollution of natural environment, extinction of certain species. Environment was considered as a free entity. That's why SDG was thought after 1992.
Who's asking the question, to which school, may I know?
Billabong is asking him some kind of confusion. Billabong is asking question to APS. That is some kind
Yeah,
of.
so I think the questions are put up. Can we go ahead with that?
Actually, I think there is some kind of confusion there.
It's okay. You can just ask these questions to Sanjeevani World School.
Acha, okay.
Just go ahead with asking these questions. Didi, your teacher will give you the questions. Ask those questions.
You just check your WhatsApp and then you will come to.
Actually, Kashvi is not present, so shall I ask her question also?
Dear, these are the new set. I hope you've got the new set of
Diti,
questions.
Diti, you just check your WhatsApp. You just check your WhatsApp and then ask.
Okay, so my question is, why are partnerships important for sustainable development projects? What does this goal set out to achieve?
Thank you for the question. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goal (UNSDG) 17 is truly global. It aims to build support networks between so-called developed and developing countries. Working together is the only way sustainable development initiatives will thrive. In 2015, world leaders laid out the 2030 Agenda on Sustainable Development. The agenda included 17 ambitious goals such as ending poverty, tackling climate change, and getting rid of inequalities. The UN SDGs are a call to action to ensure a better world for everyone. Goal 17, Partnership for the Goals, might be the most important of all the UN SDGs because the rest of the goals depend on it. In order to reach these goals, government and private sectors, academics, and regular people need to work together. For everyone to benefit, everyone needs to contribute. SDG 17 refers to the need for cross-center and cross-country collaboration in pursuit of all goals by the year 2030. It seeks to promote international trade and help developing countries increase their export to ensure a universal-based universal, rule-based and equitable trading system that is fair, open and beneficial to all. Thank you.
Can the next student ask the next question?
Yes, ma'am. So I want to ask, what is the World Bank and what is its role?
Thank you for asking this question. The World Bank Group Partnership Fund for Sustainable Development Goal respond to the growing demand of strategic initiatives that advance the achievement of SDG 17, which aims to strengthen the means of implementation and revitalize the global partnership for sustainable development in alignment with with uh, with the World Bank Group twine goal of ending extreme poverty and increasing shared prosperity. The fund is working closely with client countries to deliver on the sustainable development goals through knowledge sharing, capacity building, data financing, and partnership by providing the latest data analysis tools and technologies directly to regional, and global stakeholders. The fund is driving development from the ground up, helping countries and their people to address critical development challenges. The fund also le- leverages multi-stakeholder partnership with more than 250 partners to share knowledge, experience, resources, and connection to achieve our common goals by 2030. Thank you.
And our third question is, what are the challenges faced currently in accomplishing the 17 goals of SDG and what can be done to overcome it?
Thank you for asking this question. Impacts of COVID-19 pandemic. The COVID-19 pandemic in 2020 has offered countries an opportunity to build recovery plans that will change current trends and also change consumption production patterns towards achieving a more sustainable future. The pandemic has proved that weakness emerged from our systems, and to meet sustainable development goals, responsibility should begin from our governments down to other civil servants. It has also presented a unique opportunity for change as more people are aware of the urgency in which sustainability issues must be addressed and of the importance that balanced ecosystems have for health and well-being. There is also growing pressure of innovation, SDG 9, and collaboration, SDG 17. Therefore, it is important to seize the opportunity and rebuild and recover from the pandemic in a way that tackles sustainable development and builds resilience into communities. While COVID-19 has created challenges, it also has created some prospective opportunities. For example, school and university closings are leading to increased and improved approaches of online instruction and distance learning. Social distancing has led people to determine innovative and creative ways to interact and pursue everyday activities, both personal and professional. The research community has risen to meet the challenge in pursuing solutions and controlling the COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you.
All the answers were well said. That was wonderful. I now request Sanjeevani World School to ask their questions.
I would like to ask a question to my friends from Army Public School, Ambala, Kent. Army. Why do you think sustainable development was not thought of before 1992?
Michelle ma'am, Amandeep has already answered to that. Can we move on to the next one?
Yes.
Thank you,
We'll go ahead with the next question. Yes, that question is already answered.
Yes, thank you.
Which steps have been taken by Indian government to achieve SDG's 7th goal?
Good evening to all of you. Thank you for a question. My answer for this question is, as we know, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. The government of India is strongly committed to the 2030 agenda, including the SDGs. Its national development goal is Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. State governments also started programs that is put people first and to ensure that no one is left behind. Many other programs such as Make in India, Digital India are at the core of SDGs. Even at the time of coronavirus, India supplied vaccine to hundreds of countries and they also helped us by sending oxygen generation plants, ventilators, medicines, etc. Last but not the least, Rafale, the fighter plane which was made by France on the demand of Indian government. So, we can conclude our respected PM Mr. Narendra Modi played a significant role in achieving this new global goal of partnerships. That's it. Thank you.
Now I would like to ask my question to my friends in the Army Public School Ambala Camp. Why do you think schools should be made stakeholders of the SDGs?
Thanks for your question. I believe that schools should be made stakeholders as sustainable development starts from the school level. Children need to be aware about the sustainable development. We can start this with awareness, action, and accountability. Children need to be aware about the sustainable development, right? Children need to take more and more actions towards the SDG, and there needs to be accountability. Children can impress upon the governments to be more accountable with their commitments to their SDGs. Thank you.
Thanks for answering.
That was wonderful. Can I have Billabong High School, if you have questions, you can post the questions, or else you could give your suggestions and we could go ahead.
So Michelle ma'am, if we do not have, then we can move ahead.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes?
Yes, dear.
Actually, we have asked, they will ask us now. I think.
But we need the questions.
Some questions are in that group 17 SDGs, the group common group. That's specific 17 partnership goal, the questions are there.
Yeah, please send the questions again.
Done, Michelle.
Yes, yes, thank you so much. Yes. Aparna ma'am, are you there? There are questions up. Can we ask the students to ask questions?
Just coordinating with them, doing that, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Michelle, ma'am, as one of my student is not there, so Diti will be answering the.
Yes, no problem. Yes, no problem. That's perfect.
Amandeep or Ushani, you can start. You've got these questions now. Ushani, please start. You can ask any one of the two participants. Only Kashvi is not there, but Diti and Kamya are there. So you can ask either one of them.
Hello, Kamya. My question to you is that how can we spread SDG all across the world?
Yeah, so how can we spread? So that's a good question. So we can share our knowledge.
Kamya, unmute. Kamya, unmute.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
You're audible.
Yeah, so we should share our knowledge of the sustainable development goals and examples of successful actions to achieve them with others. And if you are a business, seek to partner with civil society organizations to find ways to help local communities achieve their goals. Look for partners that are interested in achieving sustainable development, reducing inequalities and addressing climate change.
Kamya, your answer is over?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. We can move ahead.
Shrey, you can ask the next question. Shrey, Kashvi is not there. So either you can ask Diti or Kamya.
Ma'am, I would like to ask Diti that how can we strengthen the means of implementation and revitalize the global partnership for sustainable development?
Diti, you are not audible, Diti. Not audible, not audible. Check your mic. No. Check your mic, beta. Check your mic. Go to that mic. Near to that, there's an upward arrow. Click over there. Just check it. Yeah, now it is connecting. Yeah. Unmute. Yes. No, not audible. Can she, Michelle, ma'am, can she join again and then connect?
Yes, in the meanwhile, maybe
fast.
Kamya can answer.
Diti, do it fast. Join it again.
Kamya, in the meanwhile, you can answer this question. Do you want us to repeat the question?
Yes, ma'am, sure.
Shrey, could you please repeat the question?
Yes, ma'am. My question is, how can we strengthen the means of implementation and revitalize the global partnership for sustainable development? Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, let Diti join, ma'am. Actually, I am also not aware of the question, the answer. So,
okay. Michelle, have each school asked two questions to each one of them? Have they asked?
Yes, now
Diti is
it's
joining.
only...
Just a minute. Diti is joining. She just messaged me. She's connecting now.
Yes, it's Billabong's turn now to answer. Yes.
If they have finished
The other
two
two schools
questions,
have done.
then okay. So, yeah.
Ma'am, can Amandeep ask Kamya meanwhile?
Yes.
Amandeep, you can
Ma'am, wait,
put some
Diti
questions.
is joining, ma'am. Just a minute. Just a
Okay,
minute.
fine,
Wait,
fine,
wait.
absolutely
Yeah,
okay.
please. Michelle, ma'am, what's the password? She's asking me for the password.
For the password?
Yeah, for the password.
Yeah. Just give me. In the meanwhile, we can take the other question and I'll share the password.
Amandeep, you can ask your question to Kamya, beta.
Yes, ma'am. My question to Kamya is that how can a common person as a citizen help to accomplish the 17th SDG?
Ma'am, actually, we were given different set of questions. And
It's okay. What we can do is we can change the round. We can modify the round a little bit, and rather than question, it can be the words of wisdom or golden nugget round, wherein each and every child can give one solution that they feel that should be there when we are talking about collaboration. Every child can give one solution, because at the end of this, we are looking for solutions. So can we do that? I hope everybody will be able to give at least one solution.
Hello.
So Michelle ma'am, can we ask everyone to give one solution? Each child will provide us one solution.
Sure, ma'am. Done that.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, so can you please ask the question again?
Yeah, Diti has joined, ma'am.
Yeah, so what we're doing now is we're not going to ask questions. Now what we will do is we will provide a solution. Each of the students, each of the participants here will provide one solution each for today's goal. So that is something that we all can do, right? So one solution.
Okay, ma'am. So I would like to give the solution of the question like how can a common person as a citizen help to accomplish this 17 SDG? So the United Nations organization sets forth a few measures that can be taken by individuals in order to achieve the sustainable development goals. First, donate what you don't use. Second, waste less food and support local farmers. Third, get yourself and your family vaccinated. Fourth, help educate children in your community. Fifth, empower women and girls around you and promote equality. Sixth, avoid wasting water. Seventh, use energy efficient appliances. Eighth, create job opportunities if applicable. Ninth, use public transport or cycles. And 10th, avoid using plastics, recycle and plant trees around you. Thank you.
That's wonderful. Would anybody else want to give a suggestion? Any of the students?
Ma'am,
Yes, Vishani, we can hear you.
Yes. So, ma'am, a solution to achieve the same goals are now that we today are unstable governments, poverty, lack of education, political turmoils like in Gulf countries and North Africa. So, therefore, to improve all this, we need to eradicate poverty, expand the scope and reach of education. We need to give global support to the countries in political, economical, or medical crisis like COVID pandemic. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
That was wonderful. That was really wonderful. Anyone else?
Yes, ma'am. Can I give one
Yes,
suggestion?
Anagha, go ahead. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, we should join or create a group in our local community that we should mobilize and we should take action on the implementation of the SDGs. And we should also encourage our government to cooperate with other business and on the implementation of the SDGs.
Wonderful. Any other student wants to?
Can I give?
Yes, Shrey, please go ahead.
And my solution will be like supporting government programs like Make in India, Swachh Bharat, Digital India, Skill India. We can participate like these events more and more.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Ma'am, I would also like to add something.
Please go ahead.
Ma'am, we should spread awareness about all these goals and and we should spread about all these 17 SDGs and how we can come together and help people.
Perfect.
Ma'am, may I give a solution?
Yes, please.
Ma'am, according to me, education should also be expanded. The literacy rate should also be expanded, as many schemes have been launched by the government, like midday meal is the most popular one. We need to expand the literacy rate, and the education should be expanded, as education is the main empowering source here.
Wonderful. Any other student?
Ma'am, I give.
Yes, Shashank, please.
Register your initiatives on SDGs partnership platform to inform, educate, network, and be inspired.
Wonderful, Shashank. That was commendable. Thank you so much, dear students. Thank you so much, Army Public School, Ambala Kant. Thank you so much, Billabong High School from Vadodara. Thank you so much, Sanjeevani World School, the 3 students. Commendable job by each one today, and it was wonderful. We can all pat our backs for such a wonderful event that we had today, especially our participants, our students. All of you were amazing.
Yes, it was indeed a splendid performance by all these talented kids. Now, let me summarize this goal. Now, there's a challenge that brings our efforts on all the other 16 goals together. An ambitious and interconnected global development agenda requires a new global partnership that includes financing development, connecting people through information technology networks, international trade flows, and strengthening data collections and analysis. Long-term investments are indeed in critical sectors, especially in developing countries. The public sector will need to set a clear direction. Review and monitoring frameworks, regulations, and incentive structures that enable such investments must be retooled to attract investments and reinforce sustainable development. Over to you, Michelle ma'am.
Thank you so much, Shaburi ma'am. The end is a story must be stronger rather than weaker than the beginning, since it is the end which contains the denouement or culmination and which will leave the strongest impression upon the reader. H.P. Lovecraft once quoted. With this, I, on behalf of the organizing fraternity, cordially invite you for the culmination of the SDG event on the 25th of September 2021 at 11 a.m. This day, that is the 25th of September, will mark the birth anniversary of our SDG event. To start is good, but to land is imperative. We have successfully come towards the end of this amazingly interactive exchange of ideas related to all the goals of sustainable development. So thank you so much for making this a successful event today. I now would give it over to Ms. Shaburi to present the vote of thanks.
Good evening, everyone present here. I, Shaburi, on behalf of HETS, am here to propose the vote of thanks for the event. Let me first of all start by giving glory to the Almighty for giving us an opportunity to organize such an event to bring it to a wonderful conclusion. I would also like to thank our special guest for today to grace this occasion with their benign presence. Thank you for your gracious presence. I would like to express my deep gratitude to all the principals, coordinators, and students for participating and enlightening us with their knowledge. I extend my humble gratitude to Dr. Aruna Vadkar and Dr. Seema Negi, along with their associate members, without whose support and guidance this event would not have been possible. Last but not the least, Dr. Anurup Kaur, Principal of Bharatram Global School, Indrapuram, for giving me this platform. I would also like to express my deep sense of appreciation to the ever dedicated and amazing teaching staff. A big thanks to all of you for your unstinted support. I owe special gratitude to the administration staff who have worked hard to ensure that this occasion becomes a memorable success. Thank you very much.
Great. Great, Shaburi. Thank you so much. And Michelle and Shaburi, you really rocked. And this was the last day of our SDG. And children, tired? Give a smile. Technology sometimes, it plays a bit, a very, very irritating role sometimes. So I think somebody shared the screen here.
This is Pooja, ma'am. Some few takeaways from this session, the entire session which you all have done for us for the different schools. So we need to be a global citizen. One of my students will go through that. Yeah, Diti, just to end up this session.
Be a global citizen. Act with passion and compassion. Help us make this world safer and more sustainable today and for the generations that will follow us. That is our moral responsibility. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. Wonderful. Very well done. On dot. Okay. Lovely. So I think, technical, we are moving towards the technological era, but still sometimes it is much more difficult than what we go ahead with physical, right? But each one of you, first thing, give me a lovely smile, pat your back, unmute yourself and give a round of applause, which can be heard by everyone. Unmute yourself so that it can be heard, right? Wonderful. Wonderful. Great, great, great. Each one of you were really, really good. And as Michelle shared, that 25th is the day. Do not miss out. Block your date and the time. All the details will be shared in the group, and you need to be there because each one of you would be a remarkable memory that would happen that day. And along with Dr. Seema and myself, we have our gratitude for all of you to be present on this last day of our event. And it was really, really wonderful. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Ms. Preeti, for being present here over the program, and all the coordinators. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Aruna ma'am. Thank you so much. It was nice interacting with you, Michelle ma'am, Shaburi ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for encouraging our children also.
Yeah, and for patiently listening and tackling all the technical errors. Thank you so much, Michelle ma'am, Aruna ma'am, and Seema ma'am. Thanks you.
A pleasure. A pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Look forward
Good evening,
for the
everyone.
25th of September. Hope to see you all.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Bye,
Surely.
everyone. Bye.
Bye. Good evening.
Bye.
Good evening,
Have a
everyone.
nice evening. Bye-bye.
Bye.